My dear cousin, while you were gone, my little weaving plot reaped a double benefit. Not only did it keep my suitors quiet, it also captured the attention of Athena. Athena had been watching me take apart the shroud every night and was concerned that I was unclear on the concepts of weaving. Since the craft is one of her many specialties, she decided to pay me a little visit to give me some pointers.
Ooh.
While she was here, she proffered advice on my Odysseus's unfortunate situation. She told me to send Telemachus, my son, to the other Greek kings who nobly fought alongside Odysseus at Troy. I have dispatched my boy to King Nestor at Pylos and to King Menelaus, who has finally left Egypt and wended his way back to Sparta after all this time. Perhaps Telemachus will be able to uncover news about his father. The goddess also confirmed my suspicions that Poseidon is responsible for Odysseus's troubles.
Is he?
Poseidon has a score to settle with my husband, and I fear that the god of the sea may make life here in Ithaca rather unpleasant. To thank Athena for her help, please arrange for the construction of her sacred arbor. It's the least that we can do. The sooner Odysseus returns to Ithaca, the better. While the suitors are satisfied for the moment that I am the slowest weaver in the world, their patience is beginning to wear thin. Prepare some triremes to search for Odysseus and to clear his way home before the swaggering blowhards become unruly. Yours, Penelope.
Oh, weird. You know, if I was her, I would, and I really believed Poseidon was at fault. It wasn't that this guy's just whoring around, right? Then I would build a sanctuary to Poseidon. I mean, thank you to Athena, I guess. But yeah, so, like I say, we're forced to do Hermes in this campaign, and we're forced to do Athena in this campaign. There's also a monster coming and supporting 4 triremes, just like all the other ones back at the parent city. I think this should be quite simple. By the way, as well, so there's our second colony monument. By the way, that is... Oh, of course, yeah, we have a fleece deficit, but we just finished a new place. We have Corsaira, who produces fleece and pays tributes of fleece. And it's loads of fleece. It's 36. So actually, between our two places now, we can support an absolutely massive city. And yeah, I just cut myself off. That colony that we just played a second ago is the final colony. Everything's back at the parent city now. So this is not the last chapter. There will be one more. To that end, I think we got quite a lot to talk about in the outro of this video. But yeah, so let's jump in and see what we've got. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Zeus. Let's play the Zeus, the enhancement pack for Zeus. The Zeus enhancement pack, that's it. We are back from Corsaira, or Lisbon, as it actually probably, technically, truly was, in which we defeated the Cyclops. We saw Odysseus for another time. And you notice in that closing dialogue there, she didn't actually... She didn't talk about how we saw Odysseus, so I guess they don't have different dialogue. It's just only referenced at the Thrinacia colony. And we're back. We're back to Ithaca for the penultimate episode in this campaign, the campaign of the Odyssey. We are nearly done. What was I just talking about with Twilight episodes? Well, you're kind of looking at it here. So, just to recap, now I know on the video you guys just saw this. What we want is a sanctuary to Athena. We want to protect the city from the Kraken. So I guess Poseidon genuinely is mad. And then to support 4 triremes. Well, the Kraken's going to destroy our triremes, so I would rather deal with him first. Now, if you guys remember, Perseus deals with the Kraken. Perseus's requirements, pause the video if you can't, can anybody remember his requirements? Well, it's Hermes and Athena, which the rest of the campaign has actually asked us to do already. So, this is really simple. The question is, where do we want to put our sanctuary? So, on mythology here, we have Athena for 24 marble. And they've given us Zeus already as well. Now, Zeus actually will fit this time. I was just mousing around before it started. There is a spot for him, like, somewhere around here, I think we can put him. We could probably, if we get rid of those columns, we could maybe squeeze him in here. Yeah, past the columns, past the parks. So we can have Zeus, like, pointing out at the entrance of the city, as it were. Athena's positioning is quite interesting as well, because she will sanctify our olive presses, which we want. But, I mean, how hard is that going to be? Look at this delta here. The marshlands, the mountain. None of it really works. And I would say, oh, I made a mistake with this, but I didn't really. This is just the way that this mission plays out. You're going to have olive presses near the mountain, probably. The only alternative is maybe if our first housing block wasn't up here. If our first housing block was, I don't know, like here, and then maybe industry. Like with hindsight, with foresight, is that? Which one is that? It's hindsight, isn't it? But on repeat, you could maybe set this up. I think what I'll do is I'll just give her some token olive presses that we can put down here. And that'll be nice. So we'll have her here. Now, to that end, I think it would be really nice to actually shift her along so that she fits like here. And with that in mind, I'm thinking the whole fortress, I'm thinking of moving. In fact, what if we had her behind the fortress here and encased her within it? Nah, there's just no space for that, is there? Because I can't really pull it down. But moving it up might be a fun thing to do here today, since this will just be some free fun building. We do also have this plateau, but this figure of 8 housing block, I've talked about way too much. I feel like we haven't done because of the god that, you know, we did do it, but then we never got to see it in action. So some more of that will be nice. The other thing that's going on here is I believe finally we've got horse ranches unlocked. So we can, on our mixed neighborhood, we can evolve these. And then there is the matter of the crisis. Christ, I've just talked about a lot of stuff here, haven't I? We have just devolved because we've ran out of fleece. There's none on these bays. These houses have 7 fleece left, but not much. So I'm going to start this episode by going to Coursera and asking them for, and we haven't done this. Oh, see, we've accepted no handouts and we've accepted no gifts. Well, no, I think we have. We've asked for no gifts. I don't know. Hold on. Let's just build a pier to Coursera. How about we do it that way? So let's just verify. It's not a trading post to Coursera. Surely not. Yeah. All right. So we will rip out this fishing post here. And we'll say a pier to Coursera. And this is kind of nice because we can beautify this. And it sort of becomes a part of our trade network. Sort of. Which I quite like. So here again, for example... If we were really sneaky... Oh, no, it won't work because you need 2. I was going to say, what if you Avenue or Boulevard just in on this? And then had the road running along the side, but that's never going to matter. What are we covering everything in? Doric columns. But these are... If these storage bays were houses, they would be doing very, very well. Okay, so we buy fleece. We could sell even more olive oil to them as well. We could buy their bronze. We could buy their sculpture. We've built up a lot of sculpture, though. This is really good. Athena's going to come in fast. Actually, let's take stock of what the town has here. We have 101 marble. That's so much marble. Oh, my God. Is that enough to build Zeus straight up? It might be. Not that he's on the docket for now, but that's nuts. 32 sculptures. Wow, we've done very well here. And then, fleece, 12. So the 12 fleece, I'm assuming, is up here. I don't know, on roads or something. Now, I want to be sure as well. We're not selling fleece, are we? Yeah, we're importing it from both Pylos and Coursera now. So this additional fleece is obviously excellently positioned. And it will get down to, you know, the Agoras real fast. So hopefully this just deals with the issue. And again, I could beg for some bonus, but I don't know whether that's really going to be necessary here. Also, do you know what I noticed before? That we never actually columned this. We never finished it. You know, we put the monument in there, but you gotta bring the columns around, and look, that goes nice and square with the granary there. So, what do I want to do? Horse stables? We can have stables in the fortress. Is that another fun way of doing it? Then we'll see horses march through a gatehouse and march past the palace front. Yeah, let's do that. Instead of breaking the whole fortress, let's just rip out this back wall. Oh, guys, did you hear that sound effect? Okay, actually, I'm going to replay it. Listen to this. I've been hearing that in free play. That's my new favourite sound effect from the game. It's really tricky to listen to. I think it's the drama score again. Ooh, 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 it's so good. All right, excuse me. Okay, so let's see. Mythology, horse ranch. I'm a bit hyper at the moment. I've had a nice energetic day. We want them like against... I wanted to get 3 in there, but you know what? Maybe 2 is enough. We don't need to provide that many horses to the people, do we? They already have roads. They already have maintenance. There is this kind of unsightly gap in the middle, though. And what would I fill that with? Ooh, I don't know. I don't want to do horse... Well, the other... Okay, there's another theory, another concept here, which is to do it like this. And then can I squeeze one final one in there? If we tuck the wall in, we can. Is that going to be an unsightly blemish? It is a little unsightly, but I think for the price of a whole third horse ranch, have I done enough? I might not have done enough. Yeah, we need to do one more. For a whole additional horse ranch, I think that's quite nice. So they'll need to get wheat in there as well. Let's rebuild the wall while we can. Pulling along here. Along here. Down like so. Should we go 3 thick again now? A lot of our fortresses have ended up looking a bit gross in this playthrough. But never fear, guys. Never fear. I do have plans. It's related to some commentary I'm going to give you at the end of this episode here. We'll drop this along here. There we go. So it's sort of a thick wall, mostly. You know this beautification that I'm actually pissing around? This is... Ooh, pissing around? That's not a very nice mental image there. That's just the bench that we put down, which we can't even see anymore because the thing's so thick. But hey, whatever. And also that's only 2 there, so we'll go 3 there. Oh, and then it's 2 on the back. What have I done here? Whatever. There you go. That's our fortress with horses in it now. So what we want is a storehouse with wheat in it, and only wheat. And there's no roadblock interfering with maintenance for that, is there? There might be, actually. I don't think that they have maintenance there. So let's deal with that by putting that guy there, I guess. Just a little bonus. Build me a pyre to roast my friends. So here's a fun thing for you guys. Oh, well, hold on. Let's import the wheat if we need to. Yeah, we're already importing it. So no longer accept wheat at this granary. All this granary is for is accepting cheese. So in fact, by telling him to empty, we'll send some cartmen out. Oh, that segues me into one thing I wanted to talk about. So I've been reading a bit more about the game. I found a pretty buried forum thread from like 2004, which is pretty new as far as this game's concerned. Most conversation about this game had died away by, by 2001 even. But, 3 years later, 2004 rolls around. What was going on then? Lord of the Rings was over. We were in sort of the mid-tier Harry Potter movies. So a guy basically tried to figure out as much as he could about storehouses, and he had various tips for different industries. So one of his tips actually was growers' lodges. Now what he was suggesting is that a grower's lodge, you know how they'll send out a guy to tend to the vineyard and then they'll come home? Then they send another guy out to deliver the olives to a bay. And his suggestion was essentially that during that second phase, when the guy is delivering the olives, the original guy won't go out to pick again. So actually, for max efficiency on these, they're like uncapped really with how efficient they can be as long as the stuff is harvestable. So if you want really good efficiency with these, in truth, you want the storehouse that accepts the olives right next to the grower's lodge. You want it to be like on point, and then that second phase gets skipped, so they're just instantly in, out, as much as they can during the harvest. They get as many as possible, the months tick away, and then when the month ends, all the stuff withers away and dies. So you can squeeze out as much movement as possible. Like, it's important to understand that they can only harvest during the harvesting months, and obviously that's different depending on the commodity, grapes or olives. But the point is that during those harvesting months, you want to have the most efficient movement possible. The stuff will die anyway and disappear in unison all anyway. Get as much in as you can. That's where the benefit of additional growers lodges really comes in. My general understanding and mistake as this Let's Play's gone along is that as long as they can tend to the thing, that probably means they can harvest it as well. That's not true. They could, if your storage bay is really far away, they can potentially tend to way more during the off months than they'll ever actually feasibly be able to harvest, because during the tending months, there's no in and out of the shed. They just wander around doing whatever they want. That's why back up Mount Malia, I had so many things that looked like they should be getting harvested, but then they just all rotted at the end of the season. And that might explain why I, in the past little while, have had some weirdness with olives, wondering what's going on. Obviously, we have very complex industry and movement of goods here anyway, because we're selling and we're pressing and stuff. But if you think about it, what olive bays have I got near here? Very little for them actually to deposit the olives in. They need to move. They're taking them straight to the presses and then straight to the trading, so it's okay. But even they could be closer, But then geography is what it is. Also, okay, so that was not all I wanted to talk about, but hold on, before we get too distracted, Egypt is gone! Egypt is no more! It is as if it has been wiped off the face of the earth! You know what I love? I love that we're so long ago right now, yet the pyramids are still already there, chilling away. They're remarked and known about around the world. Man, Egypt is badass. It's really weird, by the way, that this is the game I'm Let's Playing, that this is the game that I have the big connection to and stuff, because honestly, I love Egypt. I love Egypt things. I think most people raised in the 90s have that, because there was a bit of Egyptian mania for a while there, isn't there? Because wasn't there some big news about Tutankhamun's tomb, or some big tomb was unearthed in the early 90s or something? No, I say Tutankhamun because that's like the most famous one, but that was 1922. That was the early 20th century. No, there's something else. Something happened in the early 90s, I'm sure of it. Anyway, there are a lot of good film series, a lot of good content about ancient Egypt, and, you know, it just really turned me on to it. I like Egypt a lot, and yet that's not the game that I'm playing here. Pharaoh just looks a bit old, you know. It just looks a bit janky and a bit old, and I don't know. Anyway, bye-bye, Egypt. I guess this is another period of great recession for Egypt. You know, like I read a quick run-through of ancient Greek history, and, you know, they talk about there's 4 different major eras of stuff going on here in ancient Greece. And, you know, they have periods of lots of activity, like where there's loads of cities and things around, and then everything kind of withered away, and nobody really knows what happens for a few hundred years, and then it flourishes again. Maybe Egypt's in a phase like that. Well, as far as we are concerned, the nerdy video game players, we need to know how that affects our industry. Were we buying marble off of them? No. But we managed to get a lot of marble off of them before they disappeared. But mind you, there's lots of other places we can get that. Fleece, we no longer need to buy anyway, so that's fine. Wine, we make our own, so that's fine. Bronze, we don't produce. Actually, Egypt was kind of useless at this point. I guess, actually, this is a bit of a problem. Egypt was supplying 12 of our fleece, and combined with Coursera, we were keeping our head above the water. Now it's just Coursera. But that's okay, actually, guys, because, look, they will sell us 36 a year. Egypt would only sell us 12. And we will get all 36. The boats have probably got a long way to go. Like, they've got to go all around the island. It would be super cool to catch it. Here, is this it from Coursera?
Greetings! You'll be thrilled when you see what I have to trade.
Yeah, here we are. This is our friends from our colony a second ago. They got a long way to go, but Hermes will be speeding them up and stuff. So the question is what to do with the Egyptian pier. Let's enshrine it. We should have like an entombing, you know, sort of phase. There you go. For any pier that no longer does anything. If we deleted it, it'd be gone for good, so I don't want to. Well, there you go. So, but farewell to Egypt. I didn't actually know that was going to happen. I know very little about what's going to happen. What I do know is that there are natural disasters in this episode. There we go. Oh, also, yeah, it's 36 plus the tribute. We cannot accept the Ismarusian sculpture. We're not still importing sculpture, are we? We got enough, I'm sure we do. Yeah, it's just available for import. We're still importing marble. Maybe I should stop that, because money is low, you know. We've spent a lot of money. Where's Pylos? Pylos. There you are. Let's stop buying marble. Money is low. From our Cyclops alternate method, secret tech to get through the Cyclops has drained us. We started all this with 100,000 and now we're down to 4. But we will not accept a helping hand, I tell you. So Athena will go there. Oh, what broke? Really? Huh. You know, I was looking at this a second ago and thinking, how do these guys even get their maintenance? Did we clear a maintenance post away? This will be a thing where in editing, I see. Actually, I forgot to keep an eye out and I can't be bothered to track back. I'm sure it was just when we messed with the path. Let's just pay him to do that, to patrol that. That's not a problem. Okay. She'll go there, but then she juts out the front a bit. But if we consider this to be a part of the fortress as well, maybe it's not too ugly. Having her down the back would have been a thing. Unfortunately, the rocks and stuff knock her off there. Well, there's nothing for it. Let's just do this. Oh, she's upside down. No. Undo that. You know what I wonder about as well? You know, you can save and undo for ages. Is there ever a situation in this game? If I double rotate, then is she okay? No. Let's try that again. Is there ever a situation where you play something, deliberately wait a year, and then undo? You see what I mean? Anyway, there you go. So she's not upside down now. It's nice to actually verify that the double rotation is a thing. That means that this beauty that I've just placed here is probably kind of crap. We want a real pathway through. Now, pay attention here real quick, guys, to the fact that I'm only just putting the path down after the plot. So since when the plot was placed, there was no path here, and Athena might have already chosen her favourite spot. In that scenario, where do you think she's going to be spawning? Wow, that very loud horse whinnying there. Very, very, very loud. I'm sorry, I'm playing on Steam. I'm not playing on GOG. I can't... That's already well beautified, this path, and I don't really see an issue. So there'll be trees in front, so we'll say Grower's Lodge there. Well, we'll just say 2 like that. And then, like, so here's the idea. They actually need olives right there. Ah, and now I think I just realized why people talk about Avenue with Growers Lodges. If we did like Avenue or Boulevard, if we actually used Boulevard here, connecting the storehouse to the Growers Lodge, just like the Agora and the vendor in the previous episode, they would essentially teleport the olives into the bay. And that would be the most efficient way of skipping the second phase of the building's production during the harvesting months. Oh, I've got to do that in the future. That's awesome. And a bit of a mystery solved, actually. I'm very confident in what we've discovered there. Not that they're even going to have that many trees. This is actually really valuable because we have so little meadow. You know, imagine a version of this mission, but there's no meadow at all, but they start you off with Demeter. Or Demeter is free to place at the beginning, so it's your choice. You know, it's like that conversation I was having about set pieces, you know, like, you should be able to load into a mission and it already has a little bit built. Maybe they don't have to go that far. Maybe they just give you the building for free, so it's still your choice as to how you build the city. But now you can open with Demeter, and maybe that's in some way interesting. I don't know. Because essentially what that's saying is you're allowed to place your own meadow. 2 lodges, 4 presses... And that's fine.
Worship me, and I will bring you more joy than any other god.
We'll use Zeus. There you go. Look, he's jealous about what we're doing with Athena here. Well, he's not looking. Ooh. He has his suspicions. And he's right. I am worshipping her. She was really nice. She taught me this new plan about... Actually, to be honest, the story on this step was quite convoluted to me. Well, there's some family, right? Telemachus will be able to uncover news about his father, blah, blah, blah. Well, there we go. So Athena's somewhat beautified. There'll be trees there. These Growers Lodge guys, they're off. A long way away. In fact, look, he's turned around.
Herodotus is sure to... Eureka!
Nah, they don't say anything.
I found the best city and the most capable ruler.
Okay, and we're re-evolving. Awesome. How is employment? 200 workers needed. With that evolution, we're back... Okay, so that leaves us with a horse trainer for this place over here. I'm going to try to pause as little as possible in this episode. Because we are kind of just smooth sailing, you know. Smooth sailing! Oh, I do love that Hypello voice. Oh, what was I looking at online the other day? I was looking at the weirdest thing. Oh, I was reading about Lord of the Rings, right? And someone was like, oh, how did the Mumakil get across the river at Osgiliath? Oh, that's crazy. And people were like, oh, I bet they just walked through the river. And then immediately the conversation devolved into people doing Hypello voices from Final Fantasy X, because obviously they're referencing the shoe puff, the shoe puff thing. And I was like, what is this? How much overlap is there between Lord of the Rings fans and people who understand the Hypello? That's crazy. Also, in FF14, I have like all these chat macros for the Hypello. They're just such a cool race. If I could play them in one of the MMOs, I would so do it. Anyway, so what we should see here is wheat coming into the palace. I want to observe this and enjoy it. Yeah, by the way, Smooth Sailing was like one of the super like tricky, cool Easter eggy accessories from Final Fantasy X-2 that like super powered you or something. Or maybe, what did it do? Did it have a negative status on you? I don't know. It's buried there in the LP. And here you go, look, he's walking through with the horses. Oh, that puts a smile on my face. And then the horses will be distributed to these guys, so they're going to hit max level of evolution. Meanwhile... Oh. Yeah, no, you're still just looking for fleece, and you will get it, sir. What I am hoping is that these stables are not too far from whatever Grand Agora that we're going to put down in this figure of 8 here. Which I guess we will start on. Now, the way I usually build a figure of 8 is like this. I could try and wing it and do it the other angle so that the Agora is closer. Oh, God, here we go. This is going to be a mess. Get ready. This is going to be a mess. So, we will say Grand Agora. First of all, it feels like these lines aren't even parallel, like they're connecting together. Do you guys have that sensation as well, or is that just me? It feels like they're bending weirdly and we're going to run out of space, but I know, based on how the game works, that that's not true. That must be some kind of weird optical illusion going on. Wait, will this work? No, it won't work from this angle like this, because I'd need to be further out in the path. Because we're gonna be too wide. So I'm gonna do it the other way. All right, I'm gonna do it like so. In fact, here, the top of the block. We want beautification at the top, right? No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm overcomplicating. Don't overcomplicate. Just have some fun here. So there you go. So we'll put him down, and then there'll be an elite house out there. I mean, we're just doing literally the same thing we did at Coursera here, but maybe it's in some way fun way to watch. Right, and then I will put my park placeholder in for one elite house, like so. Another elite house, like so. And then the roads come out on the top, so there'll be another elite house here. Plus a friend, which means that that one's going to evolve. Excellent. Plus a friend. Plus a friend. Plus a friend. So, we've got that all lined up. Now, pull the road in here. See, look, the regular road of evolution just looks better. It just looks better, or whatever. Okay, boulevard along here. Avenue the inner bits. That bit's already done. On this side, as I mentioned, we need to have this third piece of culture, which the commoners don't need. So, podium here. And the road comes up around the podium like this. And now we have to figure this mess out again. Oh, did I just do this? Didn't I just do this? So we can come right along, right? Yeah, there's not a problem there. And there we can go right along. And the game was... Actually, this isn't too hard to remember. See, it was boulevard in there. With avenue to cap... No, not there. No, please undo that in a nice way. Oh, thank you. Sometimes it's weird with the undoing. There, like that. And then... like that. Nice, we got it. And then finally... Oh, no, the rock! Oh, a helping hand. No, decline. I refuse. The rock! Oh. Oh, the music. It's like tragic music. Okay, actually then, I could move the whole thing. Or I'm going to try and cheat. Man, I didn't even put... We have placeholders along here. There should be two. So that's two elite houses there. I could have figured this error out earlier. And then there's one there. And then there's one there. This path can actually come up like so. We'll leave a bit of a gap for some beautification. So that's the supply road. This would be a road out on the south. It's not actually necessary for anything. I don't know. Maybe we'll put some kind of a... Maybe we put some more feeder buildings here. Because there's a chance that these guys won't be totally fed. Oh, also... Oh, no. Okay, so by doing this, we've messed with the corners. So are we still okay to get everything in? Let's see. Well, a tax office can still live there. There you go, there's their avenue. But here, we no longer have space. We no longer have space for our maintenance guy. But this road at the bottom wasn't going to be used for anything, right? So we're going off road now. What we'll do... Yeah, come... Oh, out of credit. I can't clear because we're out of credit. Oh, shit, this is bad. All right, maybe we should have accepted that helping hand. Okay, we've gone into debt while I've looked away. Now, we can resolve that. First of all... Ugh, no, we're already paying normal wages. Okay, well, no. First of all, normal wages, high taxes will probably piss them off, so I don't want to do that either. Exportation. We are allowed to export olive oil to Pylos. And we can export to Coursera. The fleece purchases... Have the fleece purchases alone put us into that much debt? I do not believe that. We're importing wheat from Ismaris. We're importing wood. We can turn that off. And here we can see the UI is really working wonders, isn't it? So we'll buy less wheat for the horses. We could export. We are already exporting them grapes. What else have we got? We are importing nothing else. Fleece. We've got double fleece coming in. Now, is there too much fleece in the city already? Let's see. Maybe we've extended what we need. We have 70 fleece. Okay, so I'm going to say that one of those fleece imports, not Kosira, but Pylos. I'm going to stop buying from Pylos. They sell us less anyway. See, all these fleece bays are good. What about our overflow fleece? Yeah, that we are actually overflowing fleece here as well. Okay, so... but then sales. So what can we sell? We can sell grapes, which we are. Olives, which we are. Olive oil, which we are. Double now. Everyone is being taxed, right? I don't understand what happened to our money. All of these guys are being taxed. All of these guys are being taxed. We're not paying a crazy amount of money to everyone. Right, I think we just, it's possible that the price of fleece in this adventure is really high. Higher than normal, maybe? 60? Is this an immigration wave? There's also a chance that, I don't know, some of our buildings were a little bit inefficient for a while there. Look at this. That housing for 1,000 more people. This is a pretty dense neighborhood, isn't it? This is actually so cool. You know what's wild? That our super block from before would have looked even more mental than this. But because we went at 1080p, we couldn't get it all on the screen at once. Look at this huge row of immigration. Like, look at our population here. We have about 4K with some people moving in. That's the middle block, the wraparound block, and the district off on the edge. That super block from before was 5K all on its own. And then we wrapped around it. So I think our money should be okay now. I'm going to speed along and see what happens. I will not accept your helping hand, but thank you. Sorry to cut trade off from you guys, by the way. No helping hand there. Get back into the green with the money. I don't think I've spent that much. Oh, well, here we go. Polly wants a Kraken. The Kraken one more time from Poseidon. He genuinely is annoyed. We knew that this was coming, so the Heroes Hall will be available now. Perseus is all. There you go. Oh, and he's hitting all of our fishes as well. Oh, actually, Christ, I really don't want to deal with this. Oh, we're already building Athena. Thank God we're already building Athena. It's going slow. Oh, he's going to destroy all of our fisheries and everything. Right, where should we make Perseus? Where should we make him live? We should have Perseus live somewhere nice. Somewhere new would be cool as well. What about up here? Not sure what I'll ever do with that spot. So Perseus, you can live here. I'll give you park. I will give you a road down the front, I suppose. I will road block so that the maintenance man doesn't waste his time trying to maintain you when you do not need it. What do you guys think? Is that an oversight from Impressions that they don't need maintenance for these? So that looks quite nice. I was reading as well the press report when people first found out that... So apparently it was Vivendi was the parent company that shut down Impressions in the end in 2004. You can tell I was in the 2004 section of the forums, can't you?
And I will bring you more joy than any other god.
Yes, thank you, Zeus. If you kill that Kraken for me. So we cannot use Rabble to take the Kraken out. I mean, they will throw shit from the shores. Technically, I think you probably could. There is another method, by the way, of dealing with threats, invasions and stuff. That is not the Rabble method. I have another technique for you. I referred to it in a previous episode when I was talking about a double use for watch posts. Sounds amazing. I've never seen it in action, but I totally want to go for it. Now, these helping hands are nice, but all they would do is put me in the green for a second, and then I would be back in the black. So, rather than burning our friendships, let's deal with it. Oh, yeah, and I spotted this. We never actually fixed these houses up. I would just replace one and give it a water fountain so that they both evolve. You know, then swap this and put a new house in. But we have enough people living here. In fact, probably too many people living here. So let's not do that. I love the idea that if I put multiple tax offices down, they all get taxed more regularly. Anyway, so there'll be a bit of space for that. Now, let's look quickly here. For the Kraken. You want Athena and Hermes. I know that. Oh, God, a tidal wave. Alright, hold on. Here we go. Go to site of event and pause. Oh, and a happiness monument. Oh, okay. So where are we? Where are we? Oh, we're on the North Island here, eh? Interesting. Hermes shares our burden. Oh, don't break that stuff. Actually, we're kind of okay. Well, let's just play it forwards. Oh, okay. Do you guys want to hear something else weird? I think there's a thing where if you fireball from heaven down here now, when the water goes away, it stays flooded or something. So you can have permanent flooding if you want. Oh, that was alright. That was okay. That was totally fine. Nice. Oh, tributes. Thank you. Tributes. Excellent. Wow. Did that even break anything? Hold on. That broke nothing. Wow, that was the easiest tidal wave. Okay, I have read online that there are natural disasters, that you're alright on the north, and but the south can get hit. And I've also heard that they're variable, like where they appear. If it's a really bad spot, you can replay mission to, like, I'm not going to say that's save scumming, because you have to replay the whole chapter again. But also, they happen quite early here, so what you can do is just load the chapter. I know that we're half an hour into a video, but what we can do, actually, is we can, you can just speed up through, like, the first year, see where all the disasters hit, and then redo it. That icon I just clicked was really weird. That's crazy. What was that? A Kraken-specific icon? Oh, well, maybe that was just the tidal wave icon, actually. Yeah, it must have been that, which would be rare enough to see. So Kraken breaking all of these. Let me just see my food importation and all that right now. 7,600 people. We have 5k. Right, we're going to finally finish this goddamn thing. We only have 83 drachma. Well, we can tax the hell out of them. Well, here we go. So we were going to break this path and this road, which now means getting down to this area of the island is going to suck. But if there's going to be tidal waves there anyway, then fine, right? That now gives us this tiny little sliver here for this. So that's fine. Then we wanted a theatre. So, yeah, and he's only one in. So he wants back road maintenance. But then they're also going to want appeal probably behind them to actually continue to live. So we will sort the back road out after we have the appeal in. That's a terrible idea, isn't it, WP? You know that's a terrible... Well, it's not a terrible idea, because what we can do is bring... We're going to drag the road out like this, basically. Oh, look at this lovely long row here. This is nice. In real life, I would hate this, you know, every house with an identical goddamn setup like that. But here, oh, looks good. It's because we're thinking of it from a city planning perspective, which is not normal. So do I do the park trick here again, just to get these houses in, even though we have no money? Oh, yeah. Because who's here to be frugal, am I right? And then finally, a gym on that other corner there. So that's our elite neighborhood. And you'll see it actually services quite a few houses. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 houses. Here we're going to have 1, 2, and it's just such a pretty setup, isn't it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Pretty compact space, and we're getting more elite houses out of it. Vendors, let's put you in. This is now going to be the 3rd district pulling from that same storage area up there. But only one of the, well, 1.5 is a housing district. Actually, to be fair, no, this is essentially a full-fledged block, this second one here. Our town's actually pretty big with, as far as the population stuff's concerned. You know, we're still not near that massive 10k we saw before, but we're pretty big. So arms, wine. Now, these guys are not going to rearm quickly, and I don't know about their stadium access. These guys will have a bit, I don't know. I mean, we're close-ish to the stadium, but I'm not sure ultimately how great it's going to be. This road here, by the way, again, they want beautification, so I'm going to pull the road. Are we out of credit again? Is that what? No, it was just bugging. No money or bugging? Your guess. So there we go. So they have space. This might be hard, but Monument will fix it. No, I don't need the helping hand. I'm okay. I think anyway. Mind you, being in debt while the Kraken destroys all of our fisheries, that's not going to be fun. Also, hold on. I keep getting distracted. Wait. You want Athena? You want Hermes? You want a bit of fleece sculpture? Yeah, we're almost done with this. Except that Athena is going slow. They're placing marble. They're going to need 43 marble, 16 wood, 8 sculptures. 43 marble, Marble we're clear. Sculpture we're clear. Where's the wood? And wood we're clear. Everything's good. They just need to move across the town. It's going to take them a while to get everything there. So hopefully we don't go broke and we don't starve in the meantime. I really do think we're fine. Look, our money just went up there again. Let's just speed this along and see what happens. Oh, God, every time we speed it along, there's going to be some disaster. Oh, God, an earthquake. The earth is shaking in fury, tearing the land asunder. Oh, no, that's our fortress. Okay, we can build around that. Oh, that's such a tiny earthquake. Is it still going? Lava? Oh, my. Okay, that one is bad. Oh, no, that's where we're building Athena. Don't break Athena. Please don't break Athena. It's trying to break Athena? Okay, oh, okay. Okay. Now, hold on. Didn't we learn that you could build... Was it path or was it water crossing across lava? Wasn't this some trivia from like a long time ago? Didn't we learn there was a way to get across the lava? I'm sure we did, right? There was a thing you could break? Or am I thinking about something else? Shit. Oh, they're taking the horses there. That's ruined our path. So how do we fix that? Oh, we can fix it easy peasy. Woohoo! Look at this! Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, so we just got to fix some of this stuff up here. There, this is it. I'm really happy this has happened, because this, right, this is what the game's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be, when natural disasters happen, how can you build around the issues, right? So we just got to roll with it. And that there immediately is rolling with it excellently. The maintenance post got destroyed, but that's fine. Did an olive press? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we just lost the maintenance for them and the road to the elite neighborhood, but I've built a new way around there now. And now these guys are probably going to be desperate for some appeal, else they'll devolve. So we can drop this. Oh man, the combat music is really going for it, isn't it? And I don't know, since we're sort of at the housing block here, Ionic column, are you guys alright with that? I like this very bizarre effect here of horses trotting along lava. And I mean that in the least sadistic way possible. I mean, I know you got lava in your backyard, but... There, hopefully... Oh, they're right next to a monument as well, to be honest. Actually, guys, we got real lucky here. Oh, I love this effect. Look, there's actually lava on Athena there, and yet she didn't break. That would have been horrible if she broke there. Okay, a collapsed building. Fishery. Yeah, but that's the Kraken doing that, isn't it? Oh, well, maybe not, actually. No, yeah, because that maintenance guy would have made it. Oh, good. The announcement of the Nemean Games ended the combat music. Did you guys hear that? Right, okay, finally. Do you know what, guys? This is just tedious. There's actually no reason. You know, I started this episode thinking, what am I going to talk about here? And suddenly we're like 40 minutes in. There's no reason for you to watch this. I'm going to put all the elite houses in, and you're going to see it's amazing. Look, we've even got a bit of money here. Nice. We may have survived the natural disasters here. There might be another earthquake coming. I don't know. Excellent. Now, for the satellite maintenance, I've just noticed, we don't want them... Let's see, we've got drama guys roaming around down here. There needs to be this little bit of a distance, you know, so we'll put that out here. And one super remote... Lovely maintenance post with just some columns dotted around him. And that's his job. That's where he goes. We could actually put piers and things here as well at some point. Now, they want beauty around the outside. I guess I'll do gazebos. We have barely seen gazebos at this town. Let's do... Oh, and alternating gazebos and flower gardens was not good enough before. Do you remember? It actually caused us a big headache. So I'm going to do... You know, the classic, the tried and true gazebo rows here. So gazebo, 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 gazebo. There was supposed to be a bit of a tune in there. There, that's one of those words, you know, we get to the pearly gates. Why did I say gazebo 1 billion times during this era? Why? And anybody who's not happy after this, they can have monuments to fix them up. I don't know. Oh, yeah, and we're out of credit. All that beautification, we're out of credit again. Right, but with them moved in, I think we just speed it along and see Athena get built. No, thank you for the offer for money. Thank you.
Worship me.
Hello, Zeus.
And I will bring you more joy than any other god.
Yeah, and we do have space for Zeus over here, as long as an earthquake doesn't rip through this. If an earthquake rips through this, we have real problems with putting Zeus down, and suddenly what felt like a massive map is feeling very small. But I think we'll be okay with that. Okay, can I just check? My food importation is now turned into too little. So we have to do this. I know it sucks. It's a complete waste of money. And it's a waste. Oh, I see. The earthquake broke the road, so the maintenance guy couldn't get down there. It's a waste of money, and it's a waste of time. So because we had to build the road in now, we've actually lost a fishery there as well, it seems. And it's just going to encourage the Kraken to keep doing what he's doing. You know, this is one of those things where you've just got to cut him off at the source. But no, now he's going to think it's okay, and he's going to keep going. But we need to have the fish, otherwise people will start starving right before Athena finishes. Okay, so that's us back in debt. We can run along. Shame we can't sell any of this bronze or anything, because we do have suddenly a bunch of it. It's interesting as well that the whole way through this game, you could have had a thing where in an early episode, you imported a bunch of something and it was cheap, and then later it gets really expensive, so you can start just selling it again without even tearing it up, you know? But look, sculptures, tiered up bronze, nothing is available for export. Same with armor. If we conquered our one rival at any point throughout this, Ascania. You know, Ascania's role, and he would be buying our olives at least. Ascania's role in this campaign has been exactly the same as in the Trojan War itself, within Zeus itself. It's sit around doing nothing. Like, they've not been mad, they've not attacked us. You would have thought they would. When I go to open play sandbox and I go in on Olympian, Sparta is immediately up my arse trying to attack me straight away, and yet you know, those guys, they're perfectly fine. Oh no, oh, this is why the Kraken is so much worse than Scylla. Actually, Scylla was awful in that episode though. She was so bad. He attacks Piers. I don't know what we just lost there. I assume a fuck ton of fleece and some olive oil we were selling. This is why you want to keep the numbers low as well. But look, they'll give me my 36 off of them. Oh, that's painful.
Worship
Oh, look.
and I will bring you more joy than any other god.
The effect in the water then again. There again. Look, there's little old Hermes just watching him. Yeah, attack my boats, whatever you like. Just build Athena. 75%. We're gonna starve. Too little. It's not that bad. Oh god, yeah, they're devolving. Food. Oh, okay. Maybe we buy food. Not that we have much money. Oh, this is just so perfect for the Kraken, though. This is exactly what you wanted, right? He wanted to destroy our food, and thus he has. Ah, you know why Athena's taking so long? Because our storage areas are so far away. I'm just going to play this through. I'm just going to desperately play it through before doing another building phase. Our money is going up somehow.
And I will bring you more joy than
Come on, get that statue in there. Like, the statue's coming all along the road. Look at it. One statue, and then finally we'll see another ox in a second. Thank you for the tributes. Oh my god, that fish is actually super useful. Peaceful music despite the rampaging Kraken. Come on, hammer that away. One Athena. Then we put this next statue in, and then the thing in the middle. I'm gonna fall asleep at night hearing that smashing sound. I'm gonna wake up.
Let me fulfill an outstanding request.
Oh my god! Same needs 30 food! Hermes, while we're in our own famine, Hermes, you are excellent. That's the best Hermes result we've had. The City Games ended and we didn't do very well.
Worship me, and I will bring you more joy than any other god.
Yeah, Zeus, it's okay. Look, I never had space for you before. Now I have more pressing issues. Look, we've just earned 20,000 drachmas sitting here.
Please let me fulfill an outstanding
Oh my
request.
god. Wow, Hermes' cooldown is so low as well. You know, I'm turning around on Hermes again. I like him again now. I think it's just when you get your mega city going, you want the big gods there, you know? I feel like colonies should have quicker access to mini gods. You know, like the lower rungs of the pantheon. Maybe they don't need sculpture at all, so that they're all very viable in small colonies. And And by doing that, I don't know, maybe you build the smaller gods more regularly there and the parents have the bigger gods. I feel like a lot of joy in this game is just seeing the different temples and the different gods and experiencing different perks, you know? And it's a bit weird because that's why it's such a shame it's Athena and Hermes here, because there's a pretty good selection. And in the expansion, an even bigger one. There we go. The Arbor of Athena is complete. Thank you. All right, the olive presses are going here, by the way. So these growers' lodges, they'll immediately tend to these trees. She will sanctify these. I want to watch her spawn somewhere. But, oh my god, she spawned in the fortress. Look at that. She spawned in the fortress. See, based on this, I think her favourite spot was picked when we put the plot down, not when construction finished, when we put the plot down, where, as I froze and pointed out, we hadn't built the path out the front yet, so she had to pick the fortress. Well, whatever. Okay, so how many fisheries have you destroyed? Every single one? The pier's gone again? That means we're gonna have fleece issues again? God, what a prick. I can't believe that. Don't destroy the nice... No! I knew it as soon as I realized he wasn't here. As I was speaking, I was thinking, why is he not here? He's found to somewhere else. Where's he gone? Oh. Because that's an irreplaceable peer, isn't it?
Soon you'll...
Yeah, I am fucking cracking. I am cracking. You know, he shut down our fleece importation there as well, so it would have been really funny if in that last little section we totally ran out of fleece. Or sculpture even. Alright, Perseus, deal with this Kraken, please. You know, despite all of this, every time, despite it all, I still would say the one that's annoyed me more than any other in the whole playthrough is the Caledonian boar. Seriously, I don't know what it was about that. It was just so annoying. I don't know how much I hid it while I was playing through. Because I wasn't really even trying to. Fuck that boar. And that's, you know, it's kind of rare to see the Caledonian boar, actually.
I'm Perseus, and I cannot be stopped.
Which makes sense, I guess, since it's named after a specific place we only went to once. Okay, go on, Perseus. You can't be stopped. You know, I still don't really know anything about the legend of Perseus. You know, I know a bit about some of these other guys, but not necessarily Perseus. Come on then, Perseus. Wait, are you walking in from all the way down here, are you? Yeah, go on. Go casually walk in there. Should we teleport him to the... No. Let's not teleport him to the... We can't even... So teleporting him to the Kraken would be incredibly tricky because, you can't surround the Kraken with walls. You can't build out there in the water. I think the method would be wait for Perseus to walk really close to his hall, then surround his hall with walls, so that then when he hits the hall and he tries to pathfind, he can't find a way because of the walls that are really close to his own base, and then he'd teleport. But the question is, would he teleport out on a raft instantly? I don't know. Poseidon adds a lot of stuff to the game, but water construction is not one of them. It's more like reskins, you know. No, it's not. That's not fair. It does add new stuff. The Orichalcum, the Hippodrome. There's like this pyramid mechanic as well. It does add stuff. Oh wow, the music's got really eerie now, isn't it? It's like we're building to the epic fight. But it's a foregone conclusion. I know that it's going to go well for us. That might be why our money's so good now, by the way, because we're not buying all this fleece off of Corsaira. But yeah, and now with a couple of hopefully one day sanctified olive presses, Athena will, you know, supplement our last little bit of income for that. You know, the second I look away, I hear the smashes, but those are just boats. No, they're not. Or did I not replace this? Come on, man. Get over there, Perseus. I know we're not playing at the fastest game speed. I kind of like that she's in here. It's like she's touring it and checking out the horses. I think the second I put the cavalry inside a fortress before, I think that is subtly, in some weird way, influenced me to put stables inside the fortress this time. Because I just like that effect. Speaking of which, by the way, here, look, all the elites are fully evolved now. They're all tier 2. These guys have not, because... Ugh. It's not appealing enough for any of them. Not a single guy is happy with their appeal. Okay, and you? It's devolving due to low appeal. Really, thou? No, there you go, they're re-evolving. Oh, he's evolved. Maybe that's just because he's near a monument, though. So, how do we do this? I think we lift out the middle 3. We should have loads of monuments. So we will say a monument on that flank.
You have made me your enemy, and I shall make the sea your enemy too.
Wait, are you doing that because I killed the Kraken? The Slacken? Yeah, I guess so. The Kraken, that misshapen creature of the deep, has been killed. No, not misshapen. Yeah, misshapen. The city's waters are once again safe, except now Poseidon's there. For the love of gods, Poseidon. Oh, have we automatically finished the mission? No. So, oh, yeah, we got to build the triremes. All right, once Poseidon pisses off, because he won't be here forever, he'll break more stuff, though. Once he pisses off, we'll finally have a bit of peace, and we can build those triremes. And we'll patrol the waters just fine. Oh, Penelope. What struggles we are in, dear Penelope. Your husband Odysseus has brought this all on us. Not even Hercules gave us this much aggro. Oh, this is actually so good. I can't believe it. It was all planned, guys, I swear. This 3x3 gap for the monuments, it was all planned. I'm trying to do a good mix of them here as well. Anyone who wants more appeal? I'm happy that that guy has enough already, but this guy, he's going to be more of a hassle. Be happy. This is not lined up or squared off in any way. Blame the rocks. You know, what we could have done is encircle the whole thing with park, and then columns, and it just would have been, lovely. These guys want wine. All right, they're evolving beautifully. And there will be time to beautify that. Okay.
I will bring you more joy than any other god.
Now, Poseidon is gone. Now, to everyone who lost their lives being slaughtered by Krakens and Poseidon, I am sorry. But at the end, on the other side of it, that's just what it was like in ancient Greece, you know? Isn't there a walker that literally says that? Ooh, it's just another day in ancient Greece. Well, there you go. Just another day in ancient Greece. And we've got our fishing back, which hopefully will be our food back. Do you know what might be interesting as well? To put some fisheries down here. How's our employment? Workers needed, but houses are evolving up to that 1,000 level again. Oh, look at all this. Look at all this just craziness based on the food issues we've had. Oh, what? You broke another pier. Pylos, probably. Yeah, that was the Pylos pier. And we can stop importing fleece, but we can sell some olive oil. All right, good. Oh, actually, no, because we want triremes as well. I was going to say, let's start fishing down here. I guess triremes will be down here, guys. This will be our naval yard. And how many do you want me to support? 4. Okay. So a trireme wharf can go nowhere. This can be our naval yard. There's no space for anything. That's unbelievable. There's not even space there. There's space for one there, but we cut that off with Athena, who the mission also required. Ugh, this is going to be a bit ugly. This is going to be like Olympus again, where there's just triremes all over the place, because I can't have them in one centralized location. Actually, 1, 2, 3. See how rare it is to be able to get 2 triremes next to each other. We can have... Okay, let's pause. 1, 2, 3. But Zeus was going to be there. I guess Zeus can go... Oh, but Zeus can't go there. I don't know, maybe we can rip them up later. Oh, it'd be so good if we... Oh, we can put one there. And hopefully it has access to the sea. It looks like it should. Nice. Okay, Same loves us. Yeah, well, look, Hermes is the one that's delivering all that stuff to you. I can't actually take credit. Now let's use our technique here with the avenues, which is to pull this along like this, up like this, and then we will boulevard, just because, whatever, because I don't know whether that olive press needs it as well. That's kind of cool. If the olive press needs it and the trireme wharf needs it there as well. Okay, so there you have it. Now that's a bunch more employment. So what we'll do is we'll use the impressions specific strategy here. They're going to need a road connection onto everything. I think finally the time has come to break. Oh, no. We can open this up again now. So their road connection comes down here. And like I say, so what we'll do is we'll do Impression's own advice. We're going to send these wharf workers home. We're going to send these wharf workers home. And we're going to send these ones home. And now, as each one builds, we'll flow them out, you know. So this is the construction first. And we'll play it along. Probably going to be more Poseidon attacks as this happens. Trinacia, Ismarus. There you go. So they got there. Oh, wow. Oh, stuff is breaking already.
How much longer do I have to travel before I reach my destination?
Are we there yet?
Calypso?
That's got that energy, you know. It's someone saying, "Are we nearly there yet? Are we nearly there yet?" Over and over and over and over. Right, let's break all this. Right, how do I do this in a smarter way? First, the road can go up there. That guy is maintaining... Oh my god, did I misclick that bit of path? That guy is maintaining this this trading post where we sell olives. So we can have a friend for him. There, we'll build right out into the MS Paint marshlands. Any excuse to talk about that marshlands again. So the friend for him is there. We break that. How many olive presses did I have on this? I can tell you we're not going to fit the same amount. Oh, no, we are. Oh, yeah. All right, not bad. In fact, if we break that, we can even squeeze one right out there. Brilliant. So now they all have all their maintenance back. And I think we've even got even more than we had before. So first trireme built. And then what we do is we click the trireme itself now, as we learned before. And we send that crew home. Instead of patrolling, we send them home. Well, I mean, if we have the unemployed. But we don't have the unemployed. In fact, we've got a ton of workers needed. So let's up the wage rate for a minute since we have the money. Now we will staff this wharf. And we'll watch all the goods come on into this one. Since nobody's attacking us anyway. So there's the armor. There's a gift of fish, thank you. There's the woods. Same's awesome. They're really nice. Oh, our sea trade was cut off for a long time. That's rough.
And I will bring you more joy than any other god.
Poseidon's certainly doing that. So now we send the crew home. And now we staff this one. And we work along. Oh my god, it's just occurred to me that we are seconds before the end of the episode here. So a little spoiler, the next one is going to ask us, if I haven't been clear, oh, they want olive oil? Okay, I'll give it to you. That might cause a problem later. And then there's our tributes. It is going to be Zeus. And I think some other surprises for us, but we are going to have to build Zeus. Ah. You don't have culture. You want more culture to evolve. You had it briefly, but you no longer have it. And that's because this theatre isn't showing any plays. So we may have to fix this on the next part. But what I'm thinking is the feeders are too far. So we can just say a drama school there and a college there. And we can, you know, give them some pillars. In fact, we already have fixed it. This will fix it there. So there you go. And then they're being maintained by that guy. I like them on the corner there. This has actually turned out really pretty looking, hasn't it? Especially if I put a fish pond in there. That is a very, very fun and fine, nice little corner of the town, I think, there. I like the way that worked. On 1080, the satisfaction of clicking things into beautiful little corners isn't as so good. But even there, I'm getting it. So, yeah, they will feed in now. So they will have everything that they need, without a doubt. They got the podium. They got the theatre. Because both are empty, you see. Yeah, and there's a roadblock on the way out. And I'd love to see that fully evolve. So let's watch that now, actually, before we end all of this. So we go. So people are evolving. And luckily, it looks like all the goods that they were stored with are staying in there. So he wants a bit more culture, but it's just luck of the draw. There's the podium. Nice.
I will bring you more joy than any other god.
So we're evolving. So good. And some of them have even got horses already as well. Just like all these guys have got horses. The maximum company number, by the way, is 20. Just to be clear. I wonder if we have to attack Ascania by the end of all of this. There's one trireme at the moment. So yeah, you can have 20, which is a lot. So then back over here. The final trireme. And the end of the mission. Send home, because we can't be paused while we're in that menu. How is industry right now? Yeah, we got some instability to work through, but there you go. So staff this one. And money is built. We've earned 30,000 drachma here. One load of wood, one load of armor. And Ithaca doing very, very well here.
My dear cousin, Thank you for summoning the heroic Perseus to rid our shores of the horrible Kraken.
Yeah, I wanted it as much as you did.
Some men of my husband's caliber still live in Greece, because I was beginning to have my doubts. These opportunistic men who seek to take Odysseus's place are once again out of control. Their leaders, Antinous of Same and Eurymachus of Olympus, wondering why I never needed an additional supply of fleece, unraveled my weaving scheme. An angry outburst ensued, and the suitors demand that I choose a husband or face the consequences. I can demur only a little longer. Will my Odysseus ever come home? Yours, Penelope.
Oh, well, I don't actually know. Will he come home by the end of this? Her microphone's really, you know, it's sort of an at-home mic setup. You can tell that they have there. And they have that thing where you can hear a lot of saliva in a person's mouth. Anyway, so, yeah. How will this story end? We will find out in the final chapter. However, I want to be clear, we're kind of right near the end of the Let's Play here. The next chapter is the end of the sequel story, and we're done as far as the main plot of the Zeus Enhancement Pack is concerned. It's over, seriously. There's no more ifs, ands, or buts. When we see the final chapter, that episode is the end of the series. So to that end, you may remember when we started the Zeus Enhancement Pack, there were a couple of other little things we could have clicked. Namely, the sequels to the open plays. Now, I got a lot. These will be our last hurrahs, big final run through. So, just like the other open plays, they are, they're fairly free and easy to build. But so I'm going to do a couple of bonus videos right here now before we do this final story step. I usually like to end my Let's Plays with like the end of the story being the actual end. So, like, I don't know, to pull an example out of the hat. I know, in like Final Fantasy X, I got right to the end of the story, and then we went off to do the post-game, end-game stuff, and then we came back, so the end of the series was the credits. So yeah, a couple of bonus episodes will be next time, and they are cool. As I mentioned, one of them, it's Open Play Military, is got this whole thing where Zeus has destroyed the whole world, and you're alone, and then slowly you discover other people there. I have scouted ahead. One of them has both Dionysus and Aphrodite, so we will finally see how Aphrodite's set up, including this zero crime combo from the wine as well that I've been curious about. There's also a couple of cheats, and I can think of no better actual cheats for the game, and I can think of no better place to demonstrate them than in the open plays. And to cap all that off, for the final one in the sandbox, I'm going to show you another ridiculous housing block design. The last one we did was 89. This one's 110, which is just obscene, and I'll even talk about like the most extremes you can get to the game engine. Like I've seen some blocks, and I'll demonstrate them, that are like 160 plus, like really nuts. You might wonder how on earth you can squeeze even more houses. Like we have explored basically every possibility and trick. Well, there'll be one final lab section for that one as well, where we explore the final idea. So yeah, join me for those next time. Thank you very, very much for watching, guys. I will be back with you very soon, Penelope. Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying. Exciting stuff to come. See you next time. Oh! Ooh! Ooh!